Back in 1989, Glenn and Ernie KEHLER bought the local John Deere dealer here in the Morden area, and with the intent of painting the countryside green. They did that through keeping the customer first. The genuine philosophy was we got to keep the customer up and going, we have to keep them satisfied and do whatever we can for that. And that has continued on today. In fact, our mission statement today says, give the customer everything we can. So I think back when they started in '89, they were less than 10 people. It's grown over the years. We've added different locations. I think in 1994 we added Altona. In 2003 we added Killarney, and in 2008 Treherne came to our family. Now we're about 150 employees. We do a lot more, I think, than Ernie and Glenn ever imagined we would. Back then it was very simple. It was part sales and service, keep the customer running. Still our philosophy, but we've added many different aspects of that, from the value-added services that we offer to keep the machines optimized and running efficiently, and also the AMS product that's come on board, where we're helping them measure the performance of their operations.
If I look back 25 years ago, we really, as I shared, had nowhere to go but forward. We had all this opportunity ahead of us because we took over a business that had very few customers coming through the door. And something that Ernie and Glenn, and Ernie, my father in particular, really always, what word should I use, embedded or taught us to do, was to look after our customers. And so, not to take an evening off or a Saturday afternoon off, go and spend time with our customers in the field. If they've, were having trouble adjusting their equipment or had breakdowns with their equipment, to stay there and see the job through, make sure that that piece of equipment was working the way it should be working. So not just the sale. Always look after our customers after the sale, whether it's having the right parts on the shelf or the right number of technicians available to service them, or going into the field with them, getting dusty, dirty, sweaty beside them, and just working hard with them. And I'm confident that if you visit with any one of our customers today, that they'll realize that's what our staff does. And so we really concentrated on that to help build the business and to help build the product brand as well.
It kind of comes down to, right when you walk in the door of GVE, you're greeted by a friendly staff. The reception people, they say, "Hi, how are you doing? And how can we help you?" And if it's parts I need that day, well, I walk over to the parts counter, and they're a friendly bunch. And they'll get me my parts as quick as they possibly can. Most of the time they'll have the parts I need. Sometimes they don't, but because GVE is affiliated with a couple other stores, a couple other GVE stores, often they'll have the parts that I need. So it's an hour or two away most of the time.
So in 1989 we had a John Deere hole drill, and we were having a lot of trouble with it to level it. And these two men had stopped on the highway and walked across the field to where we were on the ground making some adjustments. And they got underneath at the same time. Now that was Ernie and Glenn KEHLER. They had told us, they introduced themselves as being the new owners of Green Valley, and that they were looking for potential customers, and we said, we are one. This is the first piece of machinery you're going to take on trade, and we went on from there. We've had a very good relationship ever since.
I guess the old saying is you can't go too wrong owning green, and we've found that to be true.
GVE has helped us lots over the last 25 years. They first started out bringing out an air seeder, and from there it just kept changing to green and helping us support with issues and great service.
The energy that Green Valley has demonstrated to our farm is has really helped us grow and to get the most out of our equipment that we purchase from them.
Have never thought of any other color for farm equipment. It's always been green.
GVE's helped our farm grow in a couple ways. One is by the region that they can source their machinery. Due to the various crops that are grown in this area, they're able to source and supply us with equipment for crops that aren't traditionally grown in other areas. The other thing is their service. Their service is second to none. If we need parts, service, or the sales department, anything we need, they're there for us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I think back to when I first started, one of the things that stands out in my mind is, as a partsman at the time, everything that we did was very hands-on. Paper, pen. The computers were just coming in at that time. Like, we had just bought a computer system at that time, so we were in the midst of training for it, but still doing most of our work with a paper and a pen. Transpire that to today, there's hardly a pen being used. I know we use them to sign contracts and things like that, but aside from that, we're so computerized, so automated. That would be the biggest transitional change that I've seen over the history of GVE.
This place started October 1st of 1989, and I started in July of 1990. So as far as I know, I'm one of the longest employees that have been here at this point. People in our department and growing the business, gaining customer strength and so forth. We've moved into 4 other stores in growth, and also up to 25 parts people, I guess, as far as corporately.
We've got great people. We got an incredible group of people. I've never worked with a bunch of people that are so dedicated to making sure that the customer gets served and can do what they need to do. Worked for a lot of companies over the years and seen lots of places where people build silos and everybody tries to do their own thing and protective of the territory, and we have none of that here.
I enjoy working for Green Valley because of the people, both the staff and the customers. Everyone who works here loves working here, and all the customers are just great to work with and form relationships with, and just to get the customer what they need is why we're here.
I'm proud to be part of the GVE team because it's a great group of people to work with.
I enjoy working for Green Valley because things are constantly changing and improving, and we work well as a team, and we have a great management system here.
It's really amazing, and I've talked to other dealers and asked, how do we do that? How do we make that happen? And you know, there's no way we train that. It's just a culture. Everybody that walks in the front door, everybody that works here just knows. You walk through the showroom, you say hi to whoever you see in the showroom. You ask people how things are going, what's going on with their lives. It's kind of a 10-foot rule around here is if you're within 10 feet of somebody, you should say hi to them. And it works really well. It's amazing how much the people actually do here for the customer.
Success is when you've got a customer who's satisfied and comes back and does repeat business, and an employee. Success is when that employee is satisfied where they work and they continue long-term with us. We have a number of employees that have been with us, some of them near the 25 years that we've been in business, some of the employees that we hired really when we began here. And so success, long-term employees, long-term customers. We have a few ideas which we're always working at, and I'll keep those to myself for now, but I'm very confident that we can grow our business.
And so we are going to have to situate ourselves, and I think we have, to help our producers produce more food, better quality, and stay on top of the game.